Good evening, wrestling enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright. So, it's time for the Abnormal Barders, and today we have 8 skins to chase after with only 1 regular skin. So, yeah, we're going to figure out which one we want to prioritise, which one we want to focus. But yes, you're probably sitting there wondering, what on earth are you on about? What's an abnormal skin? Well, if you were to look in the description of this video right now, you'll see 2 videos have been provided. The first 60-second video briefly go over all the details in regards to what abnormals are and what's so special about them. But if you want a much more better in-depth understanding and proper explanation, please consider watching the second video, which is about 20 minutes long, but it really will go in depth, explaining how to identify abnormals and whatnot, how it works, the mechanics, all the understandings. But in short, the reason why we care so much about them is because we know when abnormal skins are going to be listed on the Steam market, or rather when they're marketable, and we intend to be some of the fastest people to put down a buy order in hopes of picking up these skins for a much cheaper price. It's all in an effort to make some sweet, delicious looking profit. So now that we kind of got, understood all of that, as I said, we've got 8 abnormals today. And we really do need to figure out which ones are we going to prioritise. Perhaps the majority of people are going to focus the Shadowborn Sheepman Adore today, chat. So, maybe you might want to focus Chameleon Tier 3, or maybe the Thundergold Double Barrel Shotgun. Maybe you want to focus Craboo Boonie Hat. We'll discuss this in a bit. But anyway, there's another detail I want to quickly address to everybody. The sales, they are not that much. The sales across all of these skins for this week, I thought with the momentum we have for the first 24 hours of sales, it looked like they were going to do much better compared to the previous week. No, they have slowed down. Point I'm trying to get across is a great example, real quickly, would to be showcasing the Shadowborn Sheepman Adore in comparison to the likes of the Garage Door. Sheepman versus Garage Door. This did just under 26,000 sales. This looks like it's going to barely do 20,000 sales. So that's interesting. Whilst it might not be very good for the skin creators, it's very, very interesting for us investors. Another nice quick comparison. Do you know how I looked at the Snakebite Sleeping Bag? I looked at the past and gave, a nice comparison to that Firefly Sleeping Bag. Do you remember this? Yep. Well, that did over 20,000 sales. This so far has only barely done about 11,500 sales. I'm talking about subscriber count, the absolute bare minimum, okay? Just wanted to get that across, right? So we know at least 11,628 people bought that skin. I don't know how many they bought individually. Maybe they bought 10, 100, 1,000, who knows? But you get the idea. These have sold less than expected. So understand this. So as long as we see good player counts in the lead up to and during the likes of the summertime, which you can see right over to here with last year, it's expected that there's going to be a much bigger increase for the likes of skins as time goes on compared to now. And of course that'll lead to skin prices improving, but the quantity getting bought out. So if these have low quantity, all the better for them to rise up in price. Okay? So, in regards to that, now that we've understood all of that, shall we proceed to talk about these skins individually, figure out a price that we might want to offer for all of them, and then, proceed from there. And yes, I'm sorry to say, Mr. Dashingly Handsome Mop, I am recording again. Right, let's get the ball rolling. Let's start talking about the likes of Shadowborn Sheepman Adore. Number 1, you're probably sitting there and saying, Hedge, do we have a continuation for the Shadowborn collection? Yes, indeed. I'm going to use Micro's website real quickly. As you can see so far, of all of these skins from the past week, the top scoring skin right now is that Shadowborn large box. Let's go take a look at this. Yes, we have in fact seen a continuation. The deplorable collection only grows stronger, but will it be accepted? Alright, so why am I making such a point about that? Because Mr. Vase has been in this position before, literally last year with his porcelain collection, a very in-demand, deplorable collection he had, but unfortunately he only ended up with 2 skins being accepted. That's not good. Well, maybe with all the support that the likes of this deplorable collection has at the moment, maybe things will be different. Plus he's also paired with Cubist this time. We'll see. But I will point this out. We've had 2 skins accepted so far, and the Sheepman Adore was an early pick for the current Rust Door. We skipped ahead from the Sheepman or Double Door, which kind of took me by surprise. Is it because Face Punch doesn't want to have Sheepman or Double Doors currently at the moment, based on what we had with February, with 4 appearing in 2 weeks? That was a bit odd, wasn't it? Or is it simply due to the fact that the Sheepman Adore was referencing the minigun that was added to the likes of the Force Wipe? There's a lot to debate, but regardless, it doesn't matter. If we get the Sheepman Double Door, or if we get the large box potentially being accepted, yes, that Sheepman Adore will also spike in demand, spike in price. When we saw the Shadowborn Sheepman Adore appear, with the new Rust Door that we're looking at right now, this went all the way up to $10, and I'm not joking. So if I quickly go look at its history, you can see that it just goes, whoop, there you go, right there. It just goes, boop, oh look, continuation. All the way up to about $11 to $12. But of course, as more people are able to list theirs on the Steam market, the price has gradually gone down a fair bit. But at the moment, still doing very good. Still selling at a much better price than what it sold for in the Rust Store when it shows in dollars. Come on. Don't be shy. Change to dollars. There we go. $4.68 at the moment. 69 quantity on the Steam market. Nice. So, yeah, very thin. And if we were to see another continuation, yeah, that garage door is going to go up even higher again. But the same thing applies to the sheet metal door. This did about 7,000 sales less compared to this. However, we do have one more day. Wouldn't surprise me if we get very close to 20,000 sales. But we have to discuss now what's likely going to happen with the sheet metal door. So, I've pointed out all the nice positive things, but I have also made mention that last year, Vase did not get continuations for his porcelain skins after the first two. Could that happen with the likes of this, the Shadowborn? Whilst things are looking very nice at the moment, there are no guarantees. There are no 100% definitives. It's unfortunate, but Face Punch decides what gets picked. Anyway. If we do see the continuations appear, yeah, that sheet metal door is going to go above its rust or price. It's going to go very nicely in the positive. But if we don't, and it takes a while, oh, that might lead to a problem. So we also had to consider this. How many sheet metal doors have we had accepted so far this year? Quite a lot. Quite a lot. All right, there's already a lot of options to pick from just this year. We had that same problem last year where we had far too many skins being introduced. And overall, there's just a ton of skins. There's a ton of sheet metal door skins that exist currently. Now, this is something I want to do real quickly. Check it by highest price. At $3, it's already in like the near top half. Like, not even that. At the top 20%, I'll say. Like, this is already at its rust door price in the top, like, 20. Yeah. That's not a good omen. That's not good. Why? Because that means every other skin that you see here, or actually it's like from here, oh wow, every single sheet metal door from the Neon Vibes is below $2. I'm talking all of that. Yep, that's not good. Right, so that's a problem now that you kind of realise that there's many other skins to choose from instead of buying this for $3. So that's a problem. It also indicates that we're going to see a lot more sheet metal doors potentially on the horizon. And trust me when I say there's an interesting continuation we're going to bring up in a second. So, yeah, could that potentially be the one sheet metal door that works out alright for most of this year? I mean, last year we had Abyss that did alright. At the moment it's not. But point is, I can see it working out okay. But I can also see as time goes on, it eventually goes down below its rust or price. Now, there are conditionals. Do we see the continuations? If yes, I think it's going to be okay from there on. But if not, oh no, it will gradually start to lose its interest and it will gradually go down in price. There's no avoiding it. But we have seen continuations being put down. It's up to Face Punch now. So if you're feeling a little bit cautious, maybe you want to play it safer, but if you're feeling very confident in the set, consider offering a higher price. So what am I going to suggest? So the prices I'm probably going to offer, I think I'm going to do $1.50 and $2.30. Yeah, I feel like halfway as a safe option, that's totally fine. Very cool looking skin, that's fine. At least $1.50 should be okay. But to really push for it, I mean, you honestly could push all the way up to $2.50, to be honest. Yeah, you could. I feel like just by, individually and with the pairing of the garage door, yeah, you could probably push up to $2.50. I feel confident that Vase and Cupus will be putting out even more skins. Who knows what might be next? A rug, some double doors maybe again, some double armor doors, a wooden door, wooden double door. We could have a furnace. There's lots of interesting things that could be made. A water purifier, yes. Who knows? But $1.50 to $2.50 is probably what I'm going to suggest, all right? So will that ever dip down below its rust or price? Wouldn't surprise me. Even if we do get more skins, that autumn-fall seasonal dip is not a fun time. And you do see a lot of skins suffer because of that. So keep that all in mind. If you want to play it safer, offer less. If you feel confident in it, offer more. But understand, offering more is more risky. If it does suffer, you're likely going to be the first people that get dumped onto. So be prepared. All right, shall we move on? Let's go do that. Mr. Craboo Boonie. So the skin creator on YouTube, of all things, actually said that, yeah, I'm going to continue this. There will be more skins for Craboo. I was like, okay. But over the course of this weekend, did we see that? No, we got a duck instead. Swag duck. So, yeah, here's my problem. Craboo, you've sold very well. You surpassed my expectations. Out of all the skins here, this is the only one that actually surpassed my expectations. This did 17,000 bare minimum sales. But I've got to question this. All of these other Boonie hats that have come out over the past 3 or 4 years have been part of collections. Craboo is all by himself. And yes, we do have Twitch drops, but that doesn't matter because they're not marketable. But yeah, all of these, Yep, they're all part of collections, but what about Crabbo? What's going to happen? I don't know. But the skin creator did say, yeah, I'm going to go make some more. But what is it going to be? Is he going to end up making like a door or something? Or is he going to make like a poncho? Is it actually going to, pair up well with the hat? I don't know. That is a problem. If I don't know, that means I'm not that confident, and I worry. So that's a $1.49 Boonie Hat, and I should point out, we've never had a $1.49 Boonie Hat. Well, actually, we've had a $2.49 one. I'll just show you its history. If you go back to the very beginning of when Boonie Hats were first introduced, that is when we saw some skins selling for more than 99 cents. But then as you go from here, every single Boonie Hat sold for 99 cents, except you, Crabbo. So, yeah, I feel like that higher price might not exactly be a fun thing for it. This is always going to be looking like it's going to be below its store price. Unless we do see that continuation appearing and gets accepted, all the better for it. But as of now, I think I'm just going to do 40 cents to 50 cents. I am not 100% convinced it's going to be perfectly fine. And with something like that, I think I'm just going to play it safe. Yes, you might sit there and say, but it's so cool, it's so silly, it's so funny. Yeah, but how long until it stops being funny and people don't care anymore? There you go. So, yeah, if you're confident and you like the crab, by all means, offer a higher price. But for me, personally, I don't really get the appeal that much. I'm sorry to say. So, personally, unless I see continuations appearing anytime soon, I'm just going to play it safe and just offer quite a little amount. Sorry to say. Sorry if it upsets you, but yeah, jacket skin would be one with the hood goes over the face mask. That would be nice. It would be cool, but is he going to do it? That's the problem. So, we've got to keep our eyes open on Likes the Workshop and see what the skin creator says next, but as of now, that's the price I'm going with. Let's move on. Blocky Cargo Box. Right, so, you know how I just referenced a minute ago saying, oh, do you reckon we're going to see some more Sheepman Adores at some point? I can confirm that Blocky does have a Sheepman Adore on the horizon. Yes, this is where I wanted to bring this up. Mr. Kecker is going to make a deplorable collection that every single one is going to be Blocky, and they're all going to reference a different monument on a different deplorable skin. So that's interesting. We know that we very likely will be seeing a full set of this, potentially, if Face Punch does want to continue it from here and now. But yeah, another Sheepman Adore. But the main point is we're here to discuss the situation in regards to the Blocky Cargo Box. How much did this sell? Just over 14,000 subscribers at the current moment. Who knows how much have sold so far properly, as in, SCMM can only see so many accounts. But yeah, I'm not hating it. I respect the design. People clearly like it. They like the garage door. The garage door did 30,000 sales. We have to remind ourselves of that. But this has now sold half the amount of that. When I look at all the large boxes that have come out in somewhat recent past, I'm talking about as far back as a year, what do we see? Not a lot of huge positives. You've got a negative there, negative there, negative there, negative there, negative there, evens, negative, negative. Lots of negatives. However, Blocky is part of a collection. These don't appear to be part of a collection. And I got the hiccup, sorry. Neon Snowflake, you're holiday themed. So, yeah. Kakloma, you're back up to 1%. Let's see what happens there. Pirate Large Box, you are part of a collection. You're down 50%. I think people just gave up on you or something. So this is down 14,000. Actually, do you know what you should do? Look at it by subscriber count. That would probably give us a good idea of how this currently stands based on quantity overall. So we'll go with this. Highest subscriber accounts, please. Where are we situated? We're in the upper half. Okay. Maybe this doesn't have that much quantity to suddenly flood the Steam market and whatnot. Maybe this does work out quite alright. And when we saw the large box being accepted, we did see the garage door go up in price a fair bit. It's gone down a little bit now. It's just -2 at the moment. But if we look at this right now and just see, well, is it just like a straggler? No, there is a few listings, like there's 4 listings below $2.49, not the best, but it's still very thin. And if we do keep seeing more deplorables being accepted, what do you expect for the pre-existing deplorable skins from the same collection? Of course, you'd expect spike in demand, spike in price. So it's in a perfect position to easily rise up in price if we do see the likes of another skin being accepted. So do you have the faith that the likes of the Sheepman Adore, wherever it was, I've lost it already, do you reckon the Sheepman Adore will be accepted? Are you feeling confident in that? If that's more than enough for you, maybe we'll consider offering a higher price. I'm going to play it a little bit safer. I did a reasonably safe buy order on the garage door, and after quite a long time waiting for this large box to appear, I did end up buying quite a few of those blocky rig garage doors. But things did change when we saw it being accepted, so the price did go up a fair bit. But if we don't see another skin accepted for a very long time, or if it stops right here, I don't assume everything's going to be okay, right? So, but that would take time. So you would have more than enough time to react to it. So looking at the likes of this Blocky Cargo Box, I do believe it will be dipping below its rust price at some point. You can't evade it, I'm sorry to say. But if we keep seeing more skins, all the better to it. So I'm looking at this. With its $2.49 price, I'm sitting here and saying, I think I'll do $1.20 and $2 buy order. $1.20 to play it safe, go halfway, $2 to push up to the price that I think it will dip at its lowest to around $2 at some point. But as I said, you still want to be close enough where you can still pick these up for a fairly decent price below its rust price. And if it does work out very nicely, I'm pretty sure you'll still be picking up a bunch of these if we do see deplorable skins accepted afterwards and whatnot. And you know, you're in a solid spot is what I'm trying to say. So Blocky, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see more of you. So as long as Mr. Kicker keeps putting out some wonderful looking designs. And the Lighthouse one does look very nice. So if you got ideas, right? If you got ideas, go give him a shout. Like, go to his workshop page and say, hey, Kicker, I got a cool idea for a Monument deplorable skin. And just tell him, right? Just tell him. Because he needs more ideas. Someone did ask about a rug skin, so we'll see what happens next in regards to that. But yeah, that's my thoughts in regards to the Blocky Cargo Box. I do expect more Blocky skins, but what will they be? We'll wait and see. Let's move on. Chameleon Tier 3. Right, I made a comparison to Redemption, didn't I? Redemption, right? Redemption sold less than Chameleon after the first 24 hours of sales. But at the current position that the Tier 3 for Chameleon's currently sitting at, it looks like Chameleon's actually going to sell less than Redemption overall. Oh no. What happened? I don't know. There was so much like momentum for this during the first 2 days, and it just seems to have just stopped. I know. So let me just kind of point this out to you real quickly. We are expecting Redemption Tier 2 to appear potentially next week, all right? Just giving you a little insight. But then, the week after, we're also expecting Hoodie and Pants or Chameleon. Oh, yes, we are going to be seeing a continuation. All right? So, this has sold a lot less than what I was expecting, but we do still have on the horizon, the next 2 core pieces to appear. So Hoodie and Pants, Tier 2 armor, is it going to happen? Yes, it will. All right, but will they be accepted? That's the main thing. And you don't like the mask, do you, Apple Juice? Well, it's supposed to be like a chameleon. Don't you like his smiling face? But the real question is it's very shiny, isn't it? And do people want to be shiny? I don't think so. So we'll just do this at 2 times speed so we can get a much better idea of what I'm referencing. No, faster than that. Faster. Go. Speed! Look at it. It's so shiny. But Redemption did do initially perfectly fine. Like, you're not going to want to rare Redemption in grassy areas and whatnot, but for the first few months, it was actually in the positive. And there were attempts for like a Tier 2 back, last year and whatnot, but didn't come to fruition. So what I'm saying is well, this is now your new shiny option. It's green and purple. I'm pretty sure it's going to stand out if you're going to walk around in the grassy areas. But if you think it looks cool, if you want to be the green Power Ranger, by all means, you've got the option right here. But it might not do all right until we see the new skins appear. So, I've seen this happen many times in the past. Impatient investors, they will invest into a collection, but if they don't see the continuations appear immediately, what do you reckon happens? They immediately dump their stock. And you know what? A good example of that fairly recently is going to be flashbacks. A lot of people had the faith that we'll see potentially Tier 3 or Tier 2 being accepted. It didn't happen somewhat recently. Everyone's given up. Even though that's a perfectly fine, viable green hoodie and pants pair there. You could wear that instead of Forest Raiders and save yourself about $40. Nope, don't care. 83 stock. And then over to here, what do we see? 99 stock. Who's doing that? People fail to realise hoodie and pants needed a version 2 to be accepted. What's going to happen when we see version 2 for the tier 2 and the tier 3? Who knows? Plus, we also complete the sets next month, potentially. Maybe we'll see flashbacks for that. But the main point is, people will give up, and then they'll cause everybody else to suffer. And that usually leads to the prices suffering. So if we don't see Chameleon appearing instantly of new continuations of the core pieces, you're going to see dumpers. It's going to happen. So if you can expect something like that to happen, maybe you might want to offer a lower price. But as I said, we're expecting 2 instances of core pieces appearing potentially very soon. Tier 2, Hoodie and Pants, doesn't matter, either one. If they were to be accepted, like, let's say the next Ruster, oh wow, that's quick. Yes, you'd expect this to rise up in price ever so nicely. And with a lot less stock than we were anticipating, well, all the better for it to rise up in price. Okay? And, you know, we do see spikes in demand, spikes in price for core pieces for even not very in demand collections. Cyber collection was literally just last week, if I can recall. Yep. So when that was accepted, the Hoodie and Pants, we saw the likes of the Cyber Tier 3 and Tier 2 both going up in price. Oh, look, it didn't last. Well, actually, it's still better, but it's starting to dip a little bit. But yeah, these were selling for like 50 cents each. Now they sell for $1 each. Not sure how much longer that'll last, but the point is, core pieces do cause pre-existing core pieces to go up ever so nicely. All right, so I don't need to talk about the Easter Farm door right now, Jimmy. I'm doing abnormals. So in regards to Chameleon Tier 3, there's a lot of very nice potential positives. There's a lot of potential negatives. What will happen over the course of the next few weeks? Well, I'll be honest with you, based on what I saw recently of the Rust Workshop skin checks, yep, I'm going to bring that up. I love to scream and shout about my Rust Workshop skin checks. There wasn't really any continuations with clothing and armour this week. No, there wasn't really anything to talk about. And if that happens again over the course of the next couple of weeks, bar redemption potentially, it looks like it's open season for the likes of Chameleon to just breeze in and get accepted and whatnot. I'm not joking. Please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video. Go look at the collection that's provided in the description. And if I just scroll down over to here real quick, I will show to you that in terms of all the clothing and armour options, you got a duck, you got snow leopard, air balloons, got some denim for there. Dragon jacket. Dragon is an old collection. But kill suit, white paratrooper. The concentric was a continuation, but the tier 3, no. There wasn't really that much clothing and armor skins, and there was next to no continuations. If that keeps happening, then yeah, I can't help but assume Face Punch are going to look at Chameleon and say, let's just accept the next skins then. That being potentially Hoodie and Pants in tier 2. So we shall see. I'm optimistic for it if things work out perfectly fine. Oh, I'm looking forward to that, trust me. But I can also see it still dipping in price. So I think I'm going to do $1 to $1.50. Yep, that'll be my answer. $1 to $1.50. So initially, we'll wait and see what happens over the course of the next couple of weeks. But I am expecting the Hoodie and Pants to appear within the next couple of weeks. We shall see. So that's my answer. Let's move on to the next thing. Snakebite Sleeping Bag. This sold so much less than what I thought it would. Like, I made this comparison earlier. In comparison to the next best thing that we could compare to, which is green and glows in the dark, that being the Firefly Sleeping Bag, well, that did 20,000 sales. Get a good look at that. So, the problems with the likes of the Snakebite Sleeping Bag is it's a green sleeping bag, and in theory, perfect, I can put it on the grass outside, people won't notice it. It glows in the dark. It has its eyes glow. This right here was pretty much the exact same thing, but with fireflies that glow at night. But it did a very good job in retaining its value. As we look at its sales history, when times are good, it go up. When times are bad, it go down. It's not too hard to comprehend, but the main point is it does go below its Rust price, but it does still end up being a very nice positive at some point. So I'm pretty sure that's the exact same thing we're going to see the likes of the Snakebite Sleeping Bag, but it sold significantly less. Hold on a second. Right, alright then. So if there's less of it to go around, all the better for it to rise up in price. But will it ever dip down in price so low that it ends up potentially worse than the Fireflies? I don't know, but the main point is I would expect a lot less quantity on the Steam market. Now initially, yeah, it probably will have more than Fireflies, because it only just became, available, marketable and whatnot. But as time goes on, I can't help but assume you'll see some fairly low quantity, and it does rise up in price, and then does potentially go above its Rust price. So, I can see some optimism. I will also point out, we have seen a continuation. The creator, Sana, has gone ahead and made a Snakebite hunting bow, and of course a Snakebite satchel charge. That was the most recent skin for this collection. We are seeing more and more skins. Personally, I'd like to see some more Snakebite deplorables. That's what I'd like to see. But, yeah, there are efforts being put into the likes of this. We shall see what's going to happen next, but in terms of price I want to offer, well, as I said, we do have the problem with the glow in the dark. Doesn't glow enough. It doesn't really glow too much for it to be super helpful in the base, I guess. There's a lot more flashier sleeping bags if you so wish. But yeah, at night time you're going to see these eyes on the ground, and yeah, unless you hide it in a bush maybe. Either way, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, if the Fireflies does dip down in price quite a lot, I'm pretty sure this will still do so, but maybe not too crazy to an extent. So in regards to the Snakebite Sleeping Bag, my answer is I'm probably going to offer $1 to $1.70. Yes, I don't want to go all the way close to $2. I can anticipate this suffers every now and then, but around $1.70 I think is where it's going to be at its worst. And then, you know, well, as we lead towards the likes of the summertime, I can't help but assume that this will be rising up quite nicely. Not insanely, but nicely. And we'll see where it ends up landing, and we'll see what happens during the likes of the dreaded autumn-fall seasonal dip. So yeah, with that, we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest. But $1 to $1.70 is what I'm going to do. Prototype 7164. SAR skins in general. SAR skins in general over the past year or so. Not good. Thundergold's doing alright, we'll be talking about that in a second, but down 38, down 45, down 50, down 54, down 12, that's actually doing okay. That's interesting, that one. It's legitimate, like no funny business going on there, it's actual genuine demand, keeping it up, so good for you, Blackstone. Skullforce down 45, H-June SAR, probably one of the reasons why all of these are suffering, and then you've got Pirate SAR down by 26%. So, if you can't fully remember, just about 2 or 3 months ago, we got this SAR being given away for free, and the useful aim sight. Now, for a lot of people, that's super helpful for people using like software such as Crosshair X, meh, whatever. But the main point I'm talking about is when you look at all the SARs, every single one of them appears to be not doing very well. That's unfortunate. As in the ones that came out over the past year or so. This right here is it's literally the only one that's doing okay at the moment. So when I look at the likes of this prototype SAR, I just don't feel super convinced. Now, I'm not hating on the idea. The idea is perfectly fine. It looks cool. Nice sci-fi design, I respect it. Mr. 19J and Mr. 34633 have done a very good job showcasing their skin collection. It's done looks perfect. But I just don't think this is what people are chasing after at the moment. So, I'm very sorry to say, but when I look at all the other prototype skins, which is basically just the AK, and it's down by half, well, this down by half is going to be around $1. And it very likely might dip a little bit below. But we have seen continuations. I will bring this up. There was a continuation this past weekend. We've got the prototype Thompson. We shall see what happens there. But it's a weapon-only collection. And that was also pumped. Someone bought out all of the stock to make it appear a lot more valuable. But then nothing really happened afterwards. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway. So in regards to what we have going on there, I think I'm just going to do 60 cents to 80 cents. Play it safe. I'm sorry to say, but yeah. I don't think people are going to be clamouring for it, going crazy. I think it's going to just go down. Well, sorry about that, but we've got to move on. Let's talk about the likes of the Thundergold double barrel shotgun. Okay, so I was expecting 12,000 bare minimum sales. 12,000 subscribers. Nope. 9,338. Well then, that's a bit of a problem. And, well, here we go. So Thundergold as a whole has been doing perfectly fine. It's pretty much all in the positive. This is weird. Now, just this past weekend, we've had the likes of Custom SMG being resubmitted as a version 2. I'm sitting here saying I wouldn't be surprised if that Custom SMG gets accepted. Or maybe it doesn't, don't know, but we'll see. Facepunch can be a little bit weird sometimes, but we keep seeing more skins being accepted for the Thundergold, and it's just pretty much a case of the more the merrier, in a nice way. Basically, if you go look at all the AKs that came out over your if you look at all of the AK-47 skins that came out over a year or so, there we go, I can speak English, that's like one of the only ones in the positive. The SAR, which has talked about that, that's the only one in the positive. So this right here, this Thundergold double barrel shotgun, looking at you and all the other double barrel shotgun skins that have come out over the recent past, yeah, exact same thing. You don't see many of them in the positive. I mean, he's climbed back up. Oh, what's going on there? Did someone buy you out? You got free... Oh, okay. I think a buyout just happened there. Anyway, in regards to all of these and most of the other ones, I can't help but assume that's actually going to do a very good job in retaining its value. Now, it might dip in price every now and then. It might go back up in price every now and then. Basically, exactly the same as the Thundergold SAR and the AK. They keep going up, they keep going down, they keep going up, they keep going down. But trust me, when I sit here and say, if we do see the likes of those hoodie and pants being accepted, if, oh my, we'll be on cloud nine. We'll be in heaven by then. We'll be in the clouds. Quite literally, Thundergold. Anyway, so fingers crossed we do have complete the sets and something like that does appear. But point is, we've been consistent with the acceptances. More weapons are being accepted. If we do see another skin being accepted, I wouldn't be surprised if these do bump up a little bit, in terms of interest and, prices again. With this being accepted, this did bump up a bit. This kind of went, this went down, went back up, down, up. It as I said, it's a bit funny. But tier 2's been solid, face mask has been solid, chest plate's been a bit awkward, boots and gloves are okay. The more the merrier. I can't help but assume that double barrel shotgun skin actually will do a fairly decent job in retaining its value. But I do still expect it at some point to go below its rust ore price. It will inevitably happen around, the autumn fall seasonal dip, but also just regardless, It's already happened to the SAR and whatnot, and of course the AK. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you know what? All right, I'll do $1.50 and I'll probably do $2.10. Why? Because with all the other skins, the weapon skins, they only ever went down by like a few listings, like 20 cents below the prices they sold for in the rust store. So I'll pick up a bunch of these for about 40 cents cheaper. I'll pick them up. I'll be fine with that. And I do believe that will probably be the only double barrel shotgun skin that'll be in the positive for the foreseeable future. I've seen some interesting submissions appearing over the past few months, but the funny thing is we only got one so far this year. Will we see more? I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think many things will compare to the Thundergold, especially with its low sales. So it's not expected that it's going to flood the Steam market. I do expect more Thundergold skins. I can see a nice positive future ahead of it. I actually might jump in and buy some. And I'm not joking. Like, in general, I'm not super confident with the double barrel shotgun skins by itself, but with the position that it's currently in and whatnot, yeah, that's looking interesting. So I've offered or suggested a nice price to offer for it and whatnot. It is what it is. Waiting to claim my Thundergold DBS. Shh. All right. Well, that was a giveaway, so you be quiet. Right then, so that was all the abnormal skins for the week, and we have one regular skin. So just to clarify, regular skins only become marketable when the rust ore rotates, aka tomorrow. And we got the Apocalypse Nomad right here. And well, I'm very surprised to see this hasn't even cracked 9,000 bare minimum sales subscriber counts, because of course it has that very useful aim sight right there. Pretty much exactly the same as the Charitable Rust AK. Not the Charitable Rust one, the Trust and Rust, what was it? You know the recent one we had, the Time Machine one? You get the idea. Yeah, I'm sure you know what I'm on about. Exact same thing. And yet, nobody's really brought it up or mentioned it or screamed about it. It's just existed. So, maybe it's the design, which, again, I kind of wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, basically, this is supposed to look war-torn, damaged, used a lot heavily. It's supposed to look a bit, oh, God, it's a bit, used, isn't it? But that's the whole intent. Supposed to pair up very nicely with the likes of the Nomad hazmat suit and whatnot. And, well, if I were to go over to here, I will confirm that there were attempts for the likes of clothing and armour being made for it. And recently we saw the M39 being submitted. So things are a bit weird. And I will point this out. Yes, the M39 also has transparent aim sight as well. Potentially that could be the first ever transparent aim sight for an M39. So just to keep you informed, yes, we are expecting more skins being produced, potentially more skins being accepted. But basically, personally, I think he needs to make like a poncho set and whatnot, go primitive instead of core pieces, because that'll probably blend in perfectly in trying to emulate the hazmat suit. But the main thing is with the AK, what's going to happen with it, I don't know. We've had many AKs being accepted this year, and let's just quickly go prove that. How many AKs have we seen so far this year? Well, we're into week like 13, 14, and we've had 13 skins accepted so far. Not pretty. Looks like Happy Easter AK is starting to get pumped, because it's not worth $4.50. No. But yeah, Thundergold's right there. Even Black Diamond started to dip down in price a bit. Oh no. So yeah, Will we see another AK being accepted tomorrow? Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Will we see another AK being accepted the week after that? Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. We keep seeing more and more and more and more and more AK-47s being accepted. It's become a bit of a problem. Far too many options, and that leads to problems to the likes of skins like this, where at $2 you could probably pick a whole different type of AK, or at $2 you could probably pick up 2 AKs because they tend to go down below $1. Oh no. So that Apocalypse Nomad, I don't think people have noticed you, but it takes 1 or 2 TikTok videos and suddenly everybody's aware of it with a useful aim sight and suddenly everybody wants it. So I'm curious, do I want to jump in and actually buy some? I think I might, but would I probably be better off just doing a buy order? Well, it's only done 8,000 bare minimum sales so far. I reckon at best tomorrow I'll probably do 8,500. And again, it doesn't surprise me it's sold so little, purely based on the fact that we've had so many AKs, but that special transparency, ooh. Yeah, I'm thinking it might work out quite nicely simply because of that. I can't see the sales of the TC because it's made by Face Punch themselves, Gioka. So that right there, I don't know. I think I might just do a strong buy order. What would I offer? I think I might push up to like, I might do like 90 cents and $1.50. Yeah, I might do 90 cents and $1.50 for that one. I can't help but assume just one TikTok video and then suddenly everybody wants it. And yes, I do expect more skins to be produced for the set. I do expect more skins to potentially be accepted for the set. We'll see. So, in regards to that, yeah, I'm probably going to do 90 cents, $1.50. I'll question if I want to buy some. Maybe I just buy 10. Just for a laugh. And if it goes down in price, I'll just give them away. Right. So those are all the skins from the current Rust store. What are we expecting for the next potential Rust store? Well, let me just close all of these down. Here we go. As we can see with Mr. Micro's website, we can see based on scores. If I go back to here again, there you go. Top scoring skins so far for the recent batch of skins is the Shadowborn Large Box. Second place, it's High Quality Metal Base Box. And in the third place, it's the Neon Hazmat version 2. Now that's the recent skins. That's the potential early picks. I need to go over down here to week 13. Yes, these are the skins you'll see in the likes of TGG's top picks lists, so make sure you go ahead and give that a good look. Also consider watching his video where he shows it off in game and whatnot. But anyway, back over to here. Top scoring skins so far is the Flashbacks kit. Technically speaking, that should have been the week before. It was a fair bit late because the kit was submitted just a little bit later compared to the vest and the coffee can. So if I just skip that, Shadowborn Sheepman Adore is already picked, so go down here. Contraband set, I don't think we're going to get a storage collection anytime soon. So now you go down to the likes of Tomb of Octopus Garage Door, that looked cool. Neon Entrance Armored Door, that looks cool. T-Shop Sheepman Double Door, that looks cool. But yeah, there's a lot of exceptions there. So who knows what potentially could be accepted. But like I said, consider looking at TGG's top picks list. You could even look at mine again, because of course with the previous Rust door that we just had, you know, the one over here, we did have one early pick, which was the Sheepman door. So always be keeping an eye on the likes of the newest skins that are submitted. Of course, as I would say, please also consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks. I've got all the listings there for the chapters if you want to skip ahead to all the collection continuations. And as I did mention earlier, in terms of clothing and armor, there wasn't really that much, but you had a whole bunch of interesting looking deplorables and weapons and tools. Yeah, FYI, you can just click the link for the week you want. Oh, can you now? All right, let me just go back over to there. So, better navigation. If I just want to go to week 14, there you go. If I want to go to week 13, well, there you go. Yes, I don't know everything, I'm sorry to say. But yeah, if you just want to skip ahead to a certain week, the option is quite literally available here. And if you want to have all the weeks showcased to you, you can do that as well. So, thank you very much for pointing that out. And yeah, so... yeah, with the potential that we could maybe be seeing a complete the sets in May, purely based on the fact that we had one last year. So if I go back to the past, for May 2023, we had Most Wanted and Complete the Sets. Most Wanted, I bring up first, mainly due to the fact that, you know how we just made a fuss about, you know, the top scoring skins and whatnot? Well, in theory, this is what Most Wanted is all about. Most Wanted were the skins that had a lot of support on the workshop but weren't accepted. They don't have to be part of collections. They could be any random skins. And based on what we saw last year, yeah, that's how that turned out. And then if I were to go to the next week, which of course was Complete the Sets, what did we see? A lot of skins from notable collections that weren't accepted, but of course perfectly timed for the likes of being accepted for Complete the Sets. And these skins, they went as far back as about a year before from being submitted, accepted, I mean. So, like, you know, it took over a year for the whiteout boots to be accepted. This took 5 months, and then we got a lot of more recent skins at that current time, which were submitted about a month before and then were accepted. So the main point I'm trying to get across is, whilst you might not see certain skins being accepted somewhat recently that are part of notable collections, maybe they're going to be saved for the likes of complete the sets. That's why I made a big fuss about Thundergold earlier and flashbacks, and yeah, it's a massive cope. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen, but we haven't got confirmed answers in regards to is it going to happen. No, we don't know yet at the moment. Okay, that's the answer. All right, sweet. So I guess we've just basically talked about everything, and well, maybe we would just want to skip ahead now and go straight to those buy orders. So with that. Right, yeah, we're back, and as I said, I think I'll be focusing the Chameleon Tier 3 instead of Shadowborn. I think loads of people will be focusing Shadowborn. Well, if it's got a lot of interest, maybe I want to go for something that won't have as much competition. So, we'll see how this turns out. It is now 1 o'clock in the morning, and nothing's yet appeared. Nothing has yet appeared. Nothing has yet appeared. Still nothing has appeared. There we go. Gimme, gip. Oh, there you are. Alright. So I went for the chest plate because it appeared to me, and I just focused there. And now I've got the face mask. Now I'm going to go hop over to here, get the other buy orders down, and those 6 skins. 3 skins, I should say. 6 buy orders. Right, I said 1 to 150. Okay, that's cool. Right, 1.24. I'll do 40. And over to here, 1.24. I'll do 40. And over to here. Right, I said, if you're feeling really confident in the Shadowborn, you could push up to 230. In my currency, that's going to be equal to about, what's going to be like, 1.85? I'll do 1.9, screw it. Let's just go do that. Right. No, I'll do 1.85. There you go. Right, we'll do that. That's fine. That's cool. It's cool, chat. It's cool. Right, I feel like we got the main buy orders out of the way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead now, talk too quickly, and then we'll look at the buy order support afterwards, and then we'll decide if we want to jump in and buy some of those skins. So with that. Alright, it's been just over 7 minutes and all the skins have become marketable, so let's go ahead and take a look at them and start discussing their barter support. Starting off with the likes of Chameleon Tier 3, both of them with over 1,000 requests to buy. And do we have any, any people doing botted buy orders? I think we're safe from that for this week. So as I look at the build up of the buy orders, you're comfortably going above $1, comfortably going above $1.50, all the way up to about $1.64. This is currently in the Rust store for $1.99 each. Yep, so it's $2 a piece. And yeah, they have the support to keep them up, keep them going for a reasonable amount of time, I'm sure. So on the horizon, will we be seeing Chameleon Tier 3, Tier 2, and of course the hoodie and pads? Fully expect it to happen. Will they be accepted? We'll see, but wouldn't surprise me. Milho Frito has been very successful in getting full collections out, so both of them are looking fairly strong at the moment, but I just will sit here and say I don't expect Chameleon to appear in the workshop until at least maybe another week or so be prepared for that, right? Be prepared for that. So if you're going to sit here and say, Hedge, do you want to jump in and buy some right now? I mean, you could. If you had to buy something with the support that it has there, it looks like it would be pretty good. Looks like it would be pretty strong. But if you don't really have to buy anything, you could just do a strong buy order instead. Put down like a $1.80 buy order, pick them up for 20 cents cheaper each. It's doable. It's possible. It's up to you. Looking at the state of the Shadowborn Sheep Metal, well, it's a $3 skin, and it's got buy orders looking pretty good right here. So again, only 969 requests to buy. No botted barders this week. It looks like we're not suffering with that anymore. So as we look over to here, barders easily going above $1, easily going above $1, $1.5, pushing up to $2 and beyond. We are looking pretty strong. That's looking pretty a-okay to me. So I wonder if we see another Shadowborn skin appearing tomorrow. We shall see. We know they're available. But we got to find out, don't we? So that's clearly got a lot of support already. That's looking pretty fine. But if you were to sit there and say, Hedge, should I go buy one of these then? Honestly, by all means, if you're going to buy it for yourself, buy it. Appreciate it, enjoy it, support that skin creator. But if you're going to put a buy order down hoping to pick these up for a cheaper price, yes, you could. You could easily put down a $2.50 buy order. Wouldn't surprise me if you pick up some at the very least at some point later down the line. But yeah, it seems fairly open. For a $3 skin, you could offer a higher price and get them cheaper. So that's an option. And then we've got the Thundergold double barrel shotgun, and well, yeah, that's a $2.49 skin with barders pushing up to $2. That's around what we're expecting, so comfortably above $1 here, pushing all the way up to about $1.50, and then all the way up to $1.99. We'll see how this turns out, but as expected, I fully believe it'll go up a bit, it'll go down a bit, it'll go up a bit, it'll go down a bit. It's looking like it's going to be perfectly fine for the foreseeable future, but we'll see, you know, if we keep getting more Thundergold skins, I fully expect it to just be perfectly fine. So, a reasonable bit of profit will be there, but, you know, if you really wanted it, you could just probably put down a $2.10 buy order, or, like I said, if you really like it, go buy it for yourself, enjoy it, appreciate it, you know, support those skin creators, so, yeah. And then over to here, Blocky Cargo Box, we are expecting the Sheep Matador potentially down the line, you know, continuing the set, $2.49, and, well, as you can see, the barders comfortably going above $1, pushing up to $1.50, only stopping at about $1.90, yeah. So, we'll see what happens there, but it wouldn't surprise me if it suffers for a little bit, goes below its trust or price. Then we've got Snakebite Sleeping Bag. How much were you selling for again? Let's just quickly remind ourselves. You're selling for $2.49 as well. And, well, you got buy orders pushing all the way up to $1.77. So I wouldn't be surprised if that does dip down below its trust or price as of now. But, of course, you know, some people might be putting down buy orders in the lead up to the next Rust store tomorrow. We have maybe another 20 hours until that potentially happens. So don't be surprised if more people put barders down. And if you were to sit there and say, oh, should I go buy one of these? Well, personally, I think you could just pick these up for $2 a piece if you were to put down a $2 buy order. Then over to here, Mr. Craboo. So Craboo. Most Boonie hats sell for 99 cents, and it looks like people are kind of aiming for that. So yeah, I don't think he's going to retain his $1.49 price. We shall see. If we do see those continuations, it'll be interesting. But yeah, Warhead, stop picking out all the random things with the command. Stop it. Right. Over to here with the likes of what we see here. Yeah, it looks like it at best will probably retain its price of up to $1, but that doesn't, yeah, that's not good for it because it sells for $1.49. So if you truly want to buy some of these, honestly, you could just put down a $1 buy order, and it wouldn't surprise me if you pick up some of these eventually. And then over to here with the Prototype 7164, buy orders are only barely pushing up to $1, and that's it. It stops there. So yeah, whilst it looks cool, I don't think it's going to be enough, and I worry for most SAR skins. So that's not exactly super great there, is it? So yeah, that's basically it. The only things that I think are fairly safe would be the Chameleon Tier 3, to be honest. And even then, that's kind of pushing it. It's the sheer lack of sales that's going to help it out, but is that enough? I don't know. And I am looking further ahead. I am worried about the likes of the September, October, November time, because we know it's bad, it's awful, it's there. So yeah, for the SAR, I did respect the metal raw, and I went for 50 pieces of it. Alright, that's cool, that's fine. So, yeah, I look forward to finding out what the Rust store will be tomorrow. As I said, you might want to go ahead and look at TGG's collection. It's most likely going to be regular skins, typical picks, I should say. And, yeah, top picks list, this is where we're expecting most of the skins to be. But considering we did get an early pick last week, I would consider, or say, hey, why not consider watching the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks to get a good idea of what potentially could be an early pick tomorrow. So maybe we get a late pick. Maybe we see late picks again. Who knows? Who knows? But as of now, that was a perfectly fine Rust store. I'm just surprised by the lack of sales. So it is what it is. We are now slowly getting closer and closer towards the likes of summertime. I do believe American kids at the very least have summer vacation starting in May time. So once that all kicks off, the player counts should start increasing and the demand for skins should be increasing. But there's one final thing. We are still yet to see the 75% discount for Copenhagen 2024. I am expecting potential problems with this, but I don't think it's going to last forever. We shall see. The skins, the Rust skins, have done perfectly fine whilst the tournament was happening. As I kind of specified, it looked like we already suffered prematurely with the skin prices, and once the Copenhagen situation appeared, it didn't really matter because we had already gone through a dip. So maybe there might be another mini dip, we shall see, but I think things are going to be okay. We've already gone past the worst of it. We shall find out from here and now what's going to happen next, and you get the idea. So optimism, good. Tomorrow's Rust store, hopefully good. There's a lot of potential nice skins that could be picked out, and will we see complete the sets next month? We'll find out. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and yeah, like I said, keep an eye on these collections, and we'll see what gets picked tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.